Hey everybody, Gisele Grenier here. In today's Book of Backgrounds video, I'm going to experiment with cheesecloth for backgrounds. I've been starting off with the backgrounds being really simple, especially if you're new to the Book of Backgrounds. That way you can use what you have and not buy anything special. For this one here, I did buy cheesecloth because I got in trouble for using this stuff in the medicine cabinet. Don't use the good stuff. So I bought some stuff from the dollar store. Then I cut a piece and then I stretched the bejeebers out of it, pulled pieces out and I cut it a bit short. So I just stretched and to come up with some uneven squares and that. So I'm going to see what I can do with this. And my idea is I'm still going through a thing of trying to figure out how to use fabric-based stuff to lift the paint up. I either always use too much water or too much paint or not enough paint, and this stuff is drying super fast. So I've got a palette already set up here, and what I have is bringing these out, the DecoArt Traditions paints, and I've got Burnt Umber, Pear Orange, Hansa Yellow Light, Phthalo Blue, Burnt Sienna, and Permanent Alizarin Crimson. I'm just realizing, this is not my OCD, but I'm just realizing that my colors are not in the right order because I put the colors out on my palette in the placement of the color wheel that's right now, just a vertical line. I also don't have any Alizarin Crimson on there. This is going to totally mess me up. Alright, so I'm going to put all this back. We'll play with what we've got. I've got some gesso, DecoArt Media gesso. And I'm going to take paper towel. I'm going to take a large brush. And this gesso is the gesso that's it's almost I've got about that much left. So I've dirty water. So I'm just thinning it down because I don't want the super thick stuff, but I've been working on a lot of projects today, so which is why it's thickening up. I do have 3 bottles of this. One's as is, one's thinned down with distilled water, and one's thickened up depending on what I want to do with it. So then once I have that gessoed, I'm going to put that aside because I have one that's already made up. Over there. And what I want to do is I want to work with a chromatic black, which is black made with color. And I'm looking at the palette and I'm thinking I'm liking the idea of using the phthalo blue that leans towards green. And I'm also liking the burnt umber. But I really want to play up the green, so I'm going to add a little bit of Hansa Yellow Light in there. The Pear Orange and Alizarin Crimson Burnt Sienna, I'm not sure if I'm going to need them. We'll see. And we're going to do a dry brush scump. Let me get rid of this water. So Phthalo Blue, Hansa Yellow Light. Mia's going to start barking. I can hear the courier outside. Burnt Umber. So the Phthalo Blue and the Hansa Yellow Light are going to make things more green. The Burnt Umber, which is a reddish orange neutral, is just going to counteract that. So let's start here. This is very rough on the brush. And with the Phthalo Blue, you don't need to use a lot. That there. I'm going to think, what was I going to do? That's already dry. Okay, so that's not going to work. So I'm going to, I'm confused. I'm going to take some white. I missed a step. I forgot to dampen the surface first. Now I just dropped my brush and paint. You know when you have those days that nothing's going right? And that's where it's starting. That's where it's starting. Okay, so I'm going to go into white. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to garbage this. Let's see what happens. Oh, I like that color. I like that color. I got an email from somebody who says, you know all those, what you call happy accidents, you do those on purpose, right? Not all the time. Sometimes and I'm not tricking you, but sometimes I make something happen wrong on purpose so I can show you it's not the end of the world. This one here wasn't an accident. This one was a faux pas. But I'm looking at this. And look at that. It's just a background. Who cares? It's just a background. So the mistake I made was not wetting the surface first. So instead of wasting it, I'm gonna keep working with this. I love this grungy, distressed look. I love. Okay, so as I'm painting here, some of the paint's not so much, now it's not so much going on as a dry brush because it's a little wet here, so I'm just going to avoid that area. And as you do this as well, see what I'm doing? I'm also drying the paint. It's the movement of the hands is also drying stuff. Okay, let's change the shape of this a little bit. Let's add some interesting lines there. Get your body into it. Just get some stuff going. All right, so let's dry this. So now I'm going to wet this. This may not be, I may have not dried it enough. No, let's change my mind. I'm gonna go to alizarin crimson. Alizarin crimson with water. With a little bit of Paranoid orange. I hope that was long enough to dry. Hope that was long enough to dry. I hope the blue dried. Dried. Okay. If I use paper towel, I wonder if it's going to put this paper towel, although I love, and I should buy stock in Viva, I don't want the texture of the paper towel down there. Yeah, oh. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's dry this. You could actually just even collage that. Oh, look at that. Collage that right like that. Oh, should I? Let's try the heavy gel medium. Oops, I have black in there. Oh, I promised myself I wouldn't do this. I'm going to use the heavy gel medium. This is a new product from Deco Art. I'm going to apply it everywhere because you can always go back over this with matte medium because this is fabric. This way. You know what would have been neat? If this was a bit stronger, is to put the matte medium on there, or the heavy gel medium, and then lift this up. It would leave little pockets of little holes inside. It's already drying. Can't do anything about it now. This is going to take a while to dry. Oh, now I'm bugged that I didn't finish my experiment. I just veered off. So I'm using Headspace, meditation app, Headspace, to help with focus. And yeah, it is working because this was planned. Well, sort of planned. I didn't think it was going to turn out so nice, but oh my God. Please don't send me hate mail because I changed my mind. So let's see what's going to happen with this here. Let's see what's going to happen, and then we'll come back when it's dry. I totally forgot to come back to this. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm just trimming the edge. It's been drying for about 3 days now. I put it in my drying rack and I totally forgot about it. There we go. There we go. That's kind of cool. So at this point I could come around and I can, you know, dry brush something. I'm going to leave it because I could dry brush it now, and I'm not sure if that's what when it comes to doing something with the piece. Like with all the other ones, you know, normally I'm going to cut them in half and give pieces away and stuff like that. This one, I don't know if I can get away with cutting it in half. I might be able to, but you can see the gloss from that heavy gel medium. It's glued it down really well. There are some parts that's lifted up just a little bit, which adds some character. So there we go. So I'm going to ask you, what's the have you used anything unusual for collage? Like have you used something strange? Like I don't know, have you ever collaged a knife and fork to your canvas before? But what's the most unusual thing that you've used in collaging onto some type of substrate? Share in the comments below. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to hop on over to artplace.ca. Subscribe to my Creative Insider email lists. I'm sending out previews ahead of time, and also some free classes and lessons in there. And don't forget to jump on into the private Facebook group where you can share pictures of any book or backgrounds that you create. I love to see what people do with, you know, the ideas, and, you know, kind of put it out there. Alrighty, so I'm going to, nothing to clean up because I totally forgot, I'm just filming. So I'm going to go and set up now for another tutorial. And until I see you in that lesson, stay inspired.